Hey all, thanks for joining me today. In this video, we're making the Pink Ranger Power Bow, designed by me, Mr. Campbell Prince. If you want to download this model for yourself, check out my Cults and my Thanks page. And if you want to download and sell the physical models, check my Patreon and Thanks for their memberships. And if you don't have a 3D printer and you just want a finished product, check my Esty store. Links will be in the description below. Now, with all that being said and done, let's crack on with the rest of the video. Now, removing the supports on this model was somewhat easy. This bit was the most trickiest bit, getting these pink supports off the pink material, I guess. There isn't much supports at all really besides this. This was just really fiddly because it's really tiny. I tried to slim it down as much as I can because I don't like bulky models. And like I said, this is a 1-to-1 replica of the Pink Ranger Power Bow. So I had to get all the details in it. But other than that, it was a quite simple support removal. I will leave you to the rest of the video. Let's go. Now, unlike the other Power Ranger weapons, this power coin is quite small in comparison. It came out beautifully on the 0.2mm layer height, but yeah, it's just really surprising versus all the other ones you see me build so far. In terms of colors, this is quite a simple color. I mean, it's white, bit of red, bit of black, and a bit of pink, but predominantly it's a white model with a bit of silver highlights. So yeah, the supports once again were easy to remove. I've really enjoyed making these Power Ranger weapons. I am a massive fan if you've been following this channel for a bit. There's still one more to go depending on what order you're watching this. But yeah, I've really enjoyed designing and making and printing them and really just sort of creating something I couldn't have as a child, because I had the original Power Ranger set and it was built for children. It was tiny. I think the bow itself probably was my, forearms length, let alone being this over a meter tall bow, which you can use for cosplay, use to hang up on your wall, or even use for toys and your imagination. It's up to you. But I really have enjoyed this process. I was looking at my stats the other day, and 90% of you watching this aren't subscribed to this channel. I know you hear from other channels, but it really does mean a lot if you can subscribe, like, and comment, because I'm trying to hit 10 million subscribers. I recently just hit 3,000 subscribers, which is great. I know 10 million seems way far off, but I believe in myself, I believe in you guys, I believe in this channel. So if you can, please share this video, please like, and also check out my Instagram as well. I wouldn't mind getting a few followers there. But with all that being said and done, I appreciate every single one of you for tuning in and watching. But let's crack on with the rest of this video. Now, as always, moving on to the assembly is the fun part. This was amazing except for adding these letters in. I've edited out, but I dropped these letters more times than I can count. Honestly, just putting on these fiddly letters took me about 20 minutes. Obviously, you may have better luck. There we go. I dropped one again. Luckily, this is the bit I kept in the video, but yeah, it dropped way too many times, more than I like, to be honest. But yeah, this is quite a very simple build. Like, you're watching this video for your instructions, but even if you're not watching this video, well, you obviously are if you're watching the video, but yeah, you can still put it together without watching the video. This was just the trickiest part, adding all the letters in. I was thinking about putting Mr. Campbell Prince instead of ZU Rangers or ZU Rangers, depending where you're from. But I thought, let's keep to the original. Let's not change it up too much. Like, even though, like I said before, I make 1-to-1 scale models, I want it to be a replica, 1-to-1, for replica. I will change up a few little things. I may change the font, I may change the style. Everything I design myself, like the power coins, they're designed myself, so they look slightly different from the TV show and a bit of everything else. But yeah, the rest of the build is quite fairly simple. Now, I get asked a lot of questions about my design process and how I design my models, and it varies from model to model. There isn't a one fits all sort of premise. There isn't a case of the way I design, I like to keep it simple in terms of the way it's put together, but aesthetically, I want it to look as complex and as detailed as I can. And the same thing goes with this nameplate. I was going to do it in layers, so black layer, red layer, white layer, but it's just too complicated. And you have to match things up, put them together, and make sure it aligns. This way, it all sorts together like a puzzle. The black fits into the red fits into the white, and so forth, and it works. And look at it, it came out perfectly. I'm so happy the way this came out. Honestly, I couldn't have, well, I don't think I could have done it better, or I would have done it better, really. You would have saw a different version. There's a little quick shot of me adding weights to stick the glue down. But yeah, this came out amazing. And going back to the process, like I said, I try to think of the end user, not just the way I'm printing it. Everyone has different printers, a different make, different models, different layer heights. So when I'm designing it, if I make certain things too complex, like the intricate parts, like the connecting parts, for example, they're just simple studs I created, fit in, and it goes together. If I made a locking and twisted system, you know, if your print fails, and that's the point of failure, it just becomes too difficult to print. And that is not my goal. My goal is not only to just share my ideas for this video and show you how I build it, but when you do download it and print it yourself, you're able to replicate exactly the same, no matter what printer you use. So yeah, that's what goes on in my head when designing this. But with all that being said and done, let's crack on with the rest of this video. Now, I know I just said I like to make things easy, but yeah, I mess up the orientation, as you can see me messing about with it. But I do also get asked, what do I use to design my models on? So I use a program and an app called Sharper 3D. It's on my iMac and my iPad. Unfortunately, there's not a Windows version because I also do use Windows PC, but it works really well. And the best feature of it is that I can take it on the go. This isn't advertised, I'm not sponsored by them. Well, send this over to them, they might want to. But for whatever I design on my Mac, I can literally carry on my iPad and there's no difference. It's not like the Mac version has more features versus the iPad. They have the same features and it works really well. It's got a visualization mode, so I can input colors and materials and see what my model looks like before I print it, which is really useful and really great to do, especially when it comes to more complex models, or just even matching colors and think, actually, does this work here or does it work there? It's a really great tool to use. So yeah, give it a go if you want to try modeling yourself. I also use a program called Nomad, which is good. I use that on my phone, which is a Samsung phone, so it's Android, and that works really well. But with all that being said and done, thank you so much for sticking around to the end of the video. It means the world to me. Please like and subscribe. But as always, let's get on to the glamour shots. Let's go!